Hello everybody, I'm Ck3 and let's talk about a way in which CK3 could get even better. Don't be confused about the fact that you've got EU4 in the background, all become clear. So today we're going to talk a tiny bit about accessibility. Accessibility is sometimes used as a kind of dirty word amongst some less informed circles of gamers about difficulty and things like that, but that's not what we're talking about today. What we're talking about is literally how accessible is it to play a game. In this case, how is it to play a game in terms of people who might have restricted movement in their hands, might have repetitive strain, things like that. I personally, just to share, don't know very much about accessibility. I'm learning. My real job outside YouTube involves trying to build websites which are accessible and easy to use for people with various different impairments, and I personally occasionally suffer from repetitive strain, in no small part because I play far too much Paradox. So, accessibility is important. It's vital to build games, tools, all these kind of things so that they can be used by all people, and indeed so that they don't hurt the people that they are using. The way that some Paradox games are designed is that the expectation is that you do almost everything with your mouse. This is a very bad piece of design from an accessibility standpoint. There are lots of people who will much prefer to control something with a keyboard. It makes the motions less repetitive. It puts the strain less on one particular wrist. What I'm getting at here is that keyboard shortcuts are accessibility. Having bad or non-customizable keyboard shortcuts associated with your product, or in this case game, represents a failing in terms of game accessibility. I realize that might seem like quite a weighty way to put it, but I do mean it. You have people who will play these games a lot, and you have people who will play them to the extent that the less accessible they are, the more likely those people playing it are going to injure themselves, give themselves some kind of repetitive strain, or are going to be unable to play because they have some kind of restriction or pain that means they're not able to play it. This all sounds quite serious, so let's just take a look at what exactly I'm talking about. Here's how you set a keyboard shortcut in EU4. You click on this button down here that says Assign Keyboard Shortcut. Then you click on the button you want to change. Let's say it's open or closing the country view. Then you put in the key press that you want to change. Let's say we'll just put it back to F1. So I'll press F1. And then you hit save. Done. Easy. Fantastic. You are able to trivially change any of the keyboard shortcuts that you want in the game to make it so that you can control the game the way you want to. This means that, let's say you, like I, have some pain often in your right wrist, you can change it so that more things are controlled by keys on the left side of the keyboard, things are controlled by keys that others might normally control via the mouse. It's convenient, it makes the game easier and faster to play, and it makes it more accessible. Now, let's take a look at how you change a keyboard shortcut in CK3. Ignore that, unpause too soon. Step 1, learn to make mods for Paradox games. Step 2, make or copy someone else's keyboard shortcut mod. In this case, let's go with Christo's shortcut. Step 3, download the GUI files from CK3 into your mod such that you can begin editing them. Step 4, learn to edit .gui files and .shortcut files, which is a Paradox language similar to C++ that they use. Step 6, open up the shortcuts thing. Go in here and change things like we want to make the confirm to shortcut C, or we want to make the increase speed keypad plus, and things like that. Learn the technical names for keys on the keyboard, like KP_+ being keypad plus, all this kind of thing. Activate your mod, debug it, make sure that future updates don't break it, keep it up to date, maybe upload it to Steam Workshop so that other people can use it, that kind of thing. You get my point? It's mad hard, and there's no reason for it to be hard. Paradox development studios are a big studio. They work fundamentally on quite a similar engine. Europa Universalis lets you change the keyboard shortcuts. In my opinion, there is now no excuse to not allow that in other Paradox games. It's a point of accessibility. It's a point of player ease. It's a point of increasing the number of people that can play your game and increasing the pleasure of playing your games for everyone that plays them. Keyboard shortcuts aren't just about idiots like me that play so many Paradox games they hurt their wrists. They're so that anyone can play them and so that people with completely normal wrists can play them easier and faster. The idea that in order to help yourself get over something, or to make it so that I can confirm events with C rather than enter, because why would you make it enter? My hand is on the mouse and the 2 enter keys are on the right hand side and the C key is perfect and it worked so well in E4. Just use C to confirm things. Anyway, it's, in my opinion, a very good idea to add custom shortcuts to all Paradox games. But this is about CK3, so to be more specific, that is another way in which CK3 could be made even better. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.